Hennig, Mr. Perfect. You know, everything in my life has been absolutely perfect. And it's a lot of people's dream to be perfect. But with me, see, it's no dream. It's reality. It's life. And take the simple game of bowling. It's everybody's dream to bowl the perfect game. Well, being Mr. Perfect, you sit back on the couch, you put your feet up, and you relax because you are going to witness the perfect.
Hey, Curt Hennig fans. Hello. Welcome to another episode of Nobody Beats Curt Hennig. Nobody. On our perfect episode today, we are going to watch along to Lanny's match with Hulk Hogan. And of course, everyone knows Curt comes out and destroys the belt because he couldn't have it. But they were going to give Hogan a new belt anyway. So we're going to watch along to that. And I have some funny things to share when it comes to. I saw something. It was Rick Rude on Arsenio Hall, and then I also saw Macho Man on Arsenio Hall, and we're going to share that because they are just hilariously funny. I think the Macho Man one is like he literally thinks Marla Maple is going to attack him, and no. I don't think she was into you, Macho. I don't know. I don't know if she was married to Donald Trump or if they had gotten divorced by this time. I'm not really sure. I don't really care about the life and times and personal life of Donald Trump. So, yeah. Anyway, so let's get to it. Let's get right to it, I should say. And again, if you guys, if you want to follow me, I will go to my profile here. This is my Black Magic Talk page. You can always follow me. Again, I will show you my handle so that if you have X and you want to follow me, it's at Mrs. Witch Perfect. And then let me find the other one. So this is the Nobody Beats Curt Hennig Nobody one. And the handle is Curt Podcast 0420. Obviously, and then you can see all this cool stuff I have. I just saw this one this morning. It's Curt in the background while Vince talks to Sean. It looks like he's talking to Brian Adams and Marty Jannetty. So, oh, that's so cute. I wonder if that's his son. So, and this elephant, excuse me, gets fresh with Bam Bam Bigelow. Yeah, I don't know. And then, of course, Rick Rude, and then more Curt we have here. Yep. And then we have some stuff here. So if you are interested, like I said, in following me on X, you can more than certainly do so. Curt Podcast 0420 if you can't find me. Otherwise, you can just search for Nobody Beats Curt Hennig Nobodies. All right, so let's go back. I have some interesting things to show, as I said. I definitely want to share the Rick Rude one, so we will get to that. This is the Macho Man on Arsenio Hall. So here we go.
What'd you say? That was a discouraging word. Bad start. I'm gonna sit down right here real slow. Yeah. Isn't it great we didn't wear the same outfit?
Yeah. You literally thought she was going to reach up and grab him or something.
I'm not a rabbit.
Love the belt.
Love the belt. I do too. Did you see it right there, Morgan? Yeah. Unbelievable, yeah. Mm-hmm. Who's this guy?
Who's this guy?
You won that belt from Ted DiBiase.
The $1 Million Man.
What do you think of him?
I think that he's never short of cash. That's good. That's one good thing I can say about him, yeah. But when competition happens and a 1, 2, 3 happens, you got a challenger and you got a champion. And who's the champion, Morgan?
I got a feeling it's you.
Yes. Good evening.
Oh, it's Morgan Fairchild. Excuse me, not Marla Maple.
Come on
But
now,
he actually thought she was going to reach up and grab
Can
him,
we talk
right?
about the Hulk thing?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, sure. The show with Randy Savage.
Go
Let's talk about
ahead,
Hulk
yeah.
Hogan.
You know, I've been watching. I'm a fan, and
Of Hogan
what
or
is the
Savage?
what's the problem? Is it all about Elizabeth? Is that what this thing is all about?
Well, Miss Elizabeth is a focus of attention there, being my manager for a long period of time. And then, wow, yeah, that's what it's all about. Miss Elizabeth, yeah.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Is she more than a manager to you? Because you can replace managers, man. Is she a little more than that?
What are you trying to say? Read between the lines.
At some point,
He's trying to say
have
that
you
Elizabeth
gotten
is your
some,
wife,
maybe?
because we all knew she was, right?
You're talking about Hinky Pinky, aren't you? Wow.
Exactly,
yeah,
yes.
I'm thinking that
That's what he's
maybe
talking
I
about.
should have. Maybe that's the problem. What do you think?
I don't know the lady.
Yeah. Don't know the lady, huh? Mm-hmm. Okay. It's a subject of attention for a lot of people. Yeah, I'm talking like Miss Elizabeth will be in a neutral corner at WrestleMania 5. And when she's in that neutral corner at WrestleMania 5, she's going to see the difference between one man and another man. Yeah. You can identify with that, can't you?
I can see where you're going with it, yes.
You see where I'm going? I'm coming and going, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't really
Wow.
matter.
Yeah, that was a good one. All right, so this isn't very long either. Just wanted to show this. It's Shawn Michaels and Arn Anderson with Tully Blanchard. We're just going to watch this briefly. I really wasn't much for either person or Tully Blanchard. I wasn't much for Shawn Michaels. I wasn't much for Marty Jannetty. I wasn't much for Arn Anderson. I wasn't much for Tully Blanchard. But here we go. Oh. So apparently there's no commentary. So for those listening, they're hooking up. I think it's the Rockers versus the Brainbusters. Oh, Shawn does a kip up. And they hook up again. Yeah, let's go. Oh, he slapped Shawn Michaels. Oh boy. Oh boy. Here we go. Couple of punches to the head for you there, Arn Anderson. Courtesy of Shawn Michaels. Oh, no, he slapped him again. Whoa, takedown by Shawn Michaels. Front face lock. Oh, he tags Tully. And he missed. Shawn gets out of the ring. Tags the fans. Does a hi-ya. I definitely think this is Marty Jannetty over here. I don't know if you guys can see that. There we go. Now they exchange some blows. Shawn has got the upper hand. Oh, Tully goes over the ropes and onto the floor. This is for everyone who's listening. Commentary by yours truly. Tully wants it back. Tully's trying to get back into the ring. And Shawn's going to oblige him by bringing him into the ring. Oh, wrong person. Goes over to Marty Jannetty. And Marty gives him a what for? All right. Apparently that had no commentary, so okay. We'll do that one. This one it's wow. Okay, 2 minutes, the whole match of 1973, Captain Lou trying to survive Gorilla Monsoon. He was pretty good run of it. He has a pretty good run of it, excuse me, stalling and going for the eyes, but eventually he gets caught. It doesn't take a whole lot of build to make those lose. Yeah, okay, anyway. Lou Albino and Gorilla Monsoon.
Battle stepping out of the ropes. Needs to break up things a bit. Doesn't want Monsoon to get any of that great momentum going.
What are you doing?
Up in the corner, Monsoon has Albano.
Oh.
Albano right to counter. Night gouge. Monsoon's right back up to Albano with another one.
That's a very young Vince McMahon there.
Monsoon, my guess, is going to get his dander up. He better do something, or he's going to be blinded.
Oh boy, here we go. Get him, Gorilla.
Albano kicking. And Red Jam that thumb right into the eyes of Monsoon. Monsoon trying to counter.
Oh. Fair play is what he would say, right? That's what Gorilla Monsoon would say.
Albano goes in the ropes. Oh.
Ouch.
Monsoon is letting Albano have it.
And up and over. And Lou is running. He is running away. Wow, he ran away from Gorilla Monsoon. I think I would run too. Just a personal preference. Yeah, I definitely think I would run away too. Okay, so this one is Nick Bockwinkel versus Baron Von Raschke. All right.
In the air, the Baron too much, 271 pounds. Oh. There's a lot of aches and pains in that one. Look out.
Oh boy. Nick is really selling it, man.
Look at this. They're outside the ring. The referee trying to get the Baron off. Trying to get him off Bockwinkel.
I've heard a lot of good things about Nick Bockwinkel. Or a lot of good things.
Suplex, maybe.
He was a really cool guy, really stand-up guy. Really like to teach guys, especially the younger generation. I know him and Curt had some really great matches. I'll try to get some of those.
And the Baron misses with a leg smash. I thought the Baron would be going in with that claw. He couldn't do it before, so he thought he'd try to soften Bockwinkel up some more. Bockwinkel throwing him into the corner, kicks him with a knee. There's a flagrant choke. They're in the turnbuckles. They're in the rope. The referee's got the count going.
Counting him again.
There's no doubt about it. The referee has to count it. Side headlock, Bockwinkel. I think he raked him. Yeah, he got him across the eyes. Now Bockwinkel using the top rope to choke the Baron.
All right, let go.
Last second. Boomerang back and the Baron down.
Oh, wow. Okay. That was actually kind of cool. All right, here we go. We have another Joe Hennig segment. Actually, I'm kind of excited about this one because this one is really, really cool. So, but I don't get like why he does Axelmania when his dad was Mr. Perfect. I didn't get that. Okay. Anyway, here we go.
That entire WWE roster is jealous of the phenomenon known as Axelmania. It took 29 men to eliminate me from the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. But check this out, Axel Maniacs.
Oh God.
The road.
Look at the face. He's making that face. Just like Curt
now.
would.
Watch this.
I'm not impressed.
Wow.
Nice catch, Joe.
I was going to say, one of the most jaw-dropping, awe-inspiring superstars we've ever seen compete.
Yeah,
on
that's why
NXT.
no one remembers him.
Now Neville taking advantage of this opportunity tonight on Raw.
I'm not impressed.
That was so quick.
Yeah, that was junk. If he wants to be a Circus Soleil, go put him there. This is wrestling, not Circus Soleil.
I'll tell you folks, if you've never seen Neville in action, you are in for a treat.
This is not a treat. I'm not really impressed.
Constant motion, constant striking, constant damage inflicted.
Seriously, he just slapped his leg.
Clearly, the WWE
I'm sorry, Joe, that you had to face
San Jose
this.
very familiar with the work of Neville on NXT. And
No,
watch
I'm not
this,
impressed.
folks. Watch what's about to happen now.
Like I said, this ain't Circus Soleil. You don't think for a second that that guy, like, literally, sorry. All right, well, we're finally getting there. I just want to say a few words about that. Yeah, I wasn't impressed with Neville. Again, this is not Circus Soleil, this is wrestling. So I wasn't really impressed. Not to mention, he also slapped his leg when he supposedly kicked Joe. Joe was a real wrestler like his father. So that didn't impress me much. That was literally just to get Neville over. And why they had to do it with Joe, I have no idea. I mean, Curt used to do that. He used to get other talent over, but that was just junk. That was like literally he was just flipping and jumping for no reason. So it didn't impress me very much. All right. For those who are listening, if you guys actually did see that match or you want to see that match, you probably can just look it up. Just look up Joe Hennig or Neville or whatever. But that was just awful. I thought it was awful. All right. This is 30 seconds of Sergeant Slaughter and Ivan Putski. So here you go.
Goat man right now, really stunned.
Sarge up first, sends Ivan across the ring. Went for that cannon again, he wasn't there. Putski with a Polish hammer! The big Polish hammer sends a big guy down. Putski coming for another one. No, shoulder block.
Whoa!
Sends him over the top.
Whoa, look at this.
Up underneath that bottom rope, he's strapped there.
I'm not exactly sure who exactly was the baby face there. All right, so this is, as we've been talking about, the Arsenio Hall and Rick Rude segments. Now, if you hear me go blah like that, it's because I really didn't want to know this information about Rick Rude. All right, so here we go.
Really, they sound applauding because when the Ultimate Warrior was here, they applauded for like a long time and they barked.
Needless to say, the people appreciate the Ultimate Warrior. But you know, Arsenio, I heard them cheering when Madonna backed you up against the wall, too, brother. I figured, let me tell you something right out front. When a woman challenges you to give her a spanking, you lay her ass over this couch and you lay into her, Arsenio.
Can I just say that I've never wanted to be spanked by not Arsenio Hall, and I never really wanted to be spanked by Rick Rude. Okay.
I wasn't thinking that night.
Apparently.
It's a good point. You have a woman, right? Or is this a thing?
Really?
Oh, yeah, okay. I'm sorry. That's kind of...
Trying to make reservations?
Anyway. Do you spank your woman?
If need be.
What?
Do you?
Who asked that?
Sometimes. I mean, but that good kind of spanking.
I think Rick Rude was talking about that too. Oh man. Yeah, I'm like, what in the world is he talking about? Do you spank your woman if need be? Come on. Really? That's that one. Let's see here. Yeah, I guess. I mean, this is only 8 seconds. Everyone can see it's Hogan. Oh, throws Bobby Heenan there. Okay. And all right. So this one is Rick Rude, 1990. But what the heck is he doing with the Ultimate Warrior's wrestling buddy? Okay, wrestling buddy. Here we go.
Rude to square off against the Ultimate Warrior in a cage match. I don't know, is that more a match to liking of a Rick Rude, who's perhaps has an edge on the Warrior in terms of agility, or is it more of the Warrior's type of match who likes to be caged, and that's when the ferocity really comes out?
It's hard to say, McMahon. I personally feel a cage match is not advantageous to either contestant, because I don't care. Look at this. Rude working out in the ring. But getting back to the cage, you get hurt whether you win or lose in a cage match, and to me, there's no true winner in the thing.
That was funny. He's just like working out.
World Wrestling Federation Championship.
It was like Curt
World
did in
titles
that,
on the line, so
you know,
there's
when he
got
was
to be
doing
a
that
winner at
Royal Rumble
SummerSlam.
It is the
91.
most grueling match in all of the World Wrestling Federation, the cage match. We spoke to Ravishing Rick Rude earlier about SummerSlam.
Ultimate Warrior, this wrestling buddy represents you. And Ultimate Warrior, your chances of winning at SummerSlam are like this. Ultimate Warrior, what's going to happen to you at SummerSlam is whatever I want.
He that wrestling buddy.
Wow.
Who does he think he is?
He's Ravishing Rick Rude.
Yeah, he's
That's who he
ravishing
thinks
Rick
he
Rude.
is.
Uh-oh, and there, the Rude Awakening. And Scott Colton
1,
bites the dust to
2,
count of
3.
2-3.
You know,
Yep. Yeah, I do know. All right. Let me take a 5-minute break, and I'm gonna see if I can get another matchup for you. So I'll be back in 5. All right, and we are back. I forgot that I found this Rick Rude thing. He takes out a jobber. This was actually shown on it's Tom Green's. If you want to follow him, I will show that in a minute. But let's watch this. So, I mean, everyone knows that Rick Rude was literally a guy who could beat you up. And I would not want to cross him, but we're gonna hear a story where someone did. So here we go.
Rick Rude was universally known as the guy you would want to settle your issues. This one time, Mark Starr was the issue. This is a WCW deep cut. Starr was a tenured journeyman for both major American companies in the 90s, losing to your favorites every week on TV. As legend goes, Starr thought that with his talent and look, he deserved a run as a star, so much so that he never shut up about it, to the annoyance of the WCW locker room. At a May 1994 Saturday night taping, Rick Rude allegedly got the signal from the office to shut him up. In their match, Rude mauled the dude with his dreaded hand speed. Most of it was hitting hard in safe places, but boy, some of it wasn't. To top it off, Rude finished the match with the old teabag smother. Starr needed some time to nurse his wounds, but eventually that man went back to work.
Wow. Imagine that. I don't think I'd want to do that. Yeah, that would not be my thing to do. It would be to tick off Rick Rude. It wouldn't be my go-to thing, because I heard he was such a badass, so again, I would not want to be a grease spot on the floor, and I would not want to piss off Rick Rude, especially if I were a wrestler. And I mean, it is what it is, but I mean, come on, guys. I mean, really?
Go. We saw the Rock and Roll Express, and now the men they're talking about, the World Tag Team Champions, the Raging Bull, Ravishing Rick Rude, and Paul Jones. I understand the Rock and Roll Express watching on, I'm sure. And now as they got one of the Monkeys up, I think it's Randy Monkey up top. Oh my goodness, a flying backhand.
They didn't take their stuff
Complete
off.
destruction of Bill
I
and
mean,
Randy
Rude
Monkey
did.
as the world champions have hit the ring. Rude Awakening, flying burrito. Tommy Young can count either one because they're both out.
Wow.
There it is. World Tag Team Champions. Take a look once again. Paul Jones kicks away at the destruction of the Monkeys. There you go. The winners, the World Tag Team Champions, the Bull, Ravishing Rick Rude.
All right. Wow. That was interesting. Yeah, I never saw that one before. An interesting one. Okay. So let me stop sharing. And just to say a few words about that, it's just, to me, I find that stuff fascinating, that they can show old matches like that, especially with Rick Rude in them, because I've been trying to find all kinds of awesome matches with Rick Rude, and we did show a few, but I literally am going to take a 5-minute break and be right back with you. All right, in 5. Hey guys, and we're back. All right, so I figured we should just probably go into the match. This probably will be a little bit shortened. It probably will be a little less than an hour, but that's okay. So for everyone who is literally listening to this, and you want to follow this on another tab or something, just go to Saturday night's main event. It is season 5, episode 7, November 25th, 1989. We're at 16:45, so 16 minutes and 45 seconds. You should see Jesse Ventura and Lanny Poffo there. So we're gonna watch this, and then I'm gonna pause it, and we're going to watch Curt destroying the belt. So you can press play now.
I give you the genius. There's only one man smart enough to put Hulk Hogan down. The genius has a devastating plan.
What
You're
about
looking
Curt?
at the future World Wrestling Federation, who appeals to the modern thinking fan. When I emerge victorious with gold around my waist, I shall be the most omnivorous of all. Don't tell me Hulk is 6'8" and I'm just 6'2". Between the ears, I'm over 10 feet tall. He wants to
Yeah, that's the only way.
pythons around my neck.
Between
And
the
give his
ears,
famous,
huh?
What you gonna do? By the power of the genius and the world's smartest man, I'll rely on my incredible IQ.
And what about Curt?
Ha! Hemingway and Frost, they ain't got nothing on this guy. Back to you, McMahon.
Thank you ever so much, Jesse. And making his way to the ring now, the genius, the man who indeed poses a threat to the World Wrestling Federation Championship reign of the Hulkster. Albeit, however, the most unusual threat, I think.
Okay, sorry. It's
Hulkster.
gonna come back. I don't have
how smart this man
commercials,
really is
so
when he is soon to lock up with a 300-pound Hulkster who is standing by with Mean Gene.
now they'll talk to
of course,
Hogan.
the World Wrestling Federation heavyweight champion, Hulk Hogan. Hulkster, tonight your opponent is going to be the genius, the world's smartest man. I'm curious, how are you going to fight the combination of his aerial acrobatics along with his Machiavellian tactics?
Well, you know me, Gene. The genius may have a high IQ, brother, but I'm sure he's got a low tolerance for pain. Besides, if he's so darn smart, how come he doesn't know that mathematically he can't win, brother?
What are you talking about? What do you mean?
Well, it's a simple equation, Mean Gene. The 3 commandments of the training, the prayers, and the vitamins, plus the 24-inch pythons, times all those Hulkamaniacs equals victory.
Wait a minute now, Hulk. What if the genius's
Right.
athletic achievements are as good as his poetic prowess?
Poetic prowess. Try this one on, Mean Gene. Roses are red, violets are blue. The Hulkster's a wrestler. Genius, what are you?
Second
All right,
generation?
Vince, regardless of what has been said
Question
so
mark?
far, I don't think we're going to have a lesson in poetry reading. I think it is
No.
going to be an all-out
Hogan
battle.
doesn't know anything. And here it comes. Because
matchup
like I
officially
said, I
underway,
pay for
and, what is
I
this?
pay
Genius
for
warming up and extends a left
Peacock,
hand, a
so
left-handed handshake. Hulkster responds with the right hand, left hand.
Oh, come on. What is this musical handshake going on out there?
The Hulkster a little too smart for the Genius, I think, as we prepare for the match. What is
Lanny.
this?
He's doing some stretching. Hey, how an athlete prepares is up to him, McMahon. I mean, how did you prepare for croquet or whatever it was that you lettered in at Yale?
I haven't seen skills exhibited like we just saw from the Genius since the Bolshoi Ballet. And now, the Hulkster ready to lock
He
up.
pushed that button, didn't he? Lanny definitely pushed that button.
Oh, come on. What is this, Jesse?
I know what he's using. He's using the Muhammad Ali technique. Float like a butterfly,
Sting like a bee, huh?
Well, thus far we've only seen the float like a butterfly aspect. The Hulkster now in the grips. And what's he going to do? Hulkster. Oh, yeah, look at that. I've never
Jesus.
seen anyone shut down
I didn't know Lanny could take such a bump. That had to hurt.
The Genius, you bet. That's the brains right there, Jesse. Oh, yeah, that took brains, McMahon. That took sheer brawn.
It did, huh?
There's no brains in that move. That was a muscle move.
I see.
If you had muscle, you might know about that.
Oh. Oh, come on. I've never seen anyone enter the ring like that. What grace.
Very polite.
Even the Hulkster appreciates it.
Hogan sarcastically is
Now,
making fun of Lanny.
Locking up again. And another shot. Look. Aha! What is going on
A
here?
kick up, a kip up.
The Genius improves after
Yeah.
every move.
You try saying that 5 times fast.
He uses his head. You know, this is a classic example for the children of the world. Brain versus brawn. We'll find out.
Nice hip toss by the Hulkster. Hulk Hogan moving in. And the Genius high in the air. Slammed down to the canvas. Hulkster setting up the Genius. Whips him to the rope. And
Oh, nope.
nice maneuver by the Genius.
I think you missed,
His head
Hogan.
again. Out to the ring. What's he doing now?
He wasn't about to run into the foot of the Hulkster. And the Genius
He's going to write some poetry.
has his skull on the outside. What is going on?
Lanny, what are you
Again, we
doing?
said this is a most eccentric individual.
Tell him to get back in here.
I know what he's doing, McMahon. He's figuring out mathematically using equations how he's going to beat Hogan.
Really?
This is computerized wrestling with his mind.
No.
The guy's a walking computer.
No, he isn't.
Apparently he's figured it out now. And
A computer maybe back then, but even then.
I'd like to see you try that.
Hulkster appears to have a little frustration in his face. He wants to have at it, and it looks like his opponent does not. Whoa!
Beautiful arm drag by the Genius. Look how he celebrates.
Wow. That was most unusual. Caught the Hulkster off guard. Oh, come on. What is this guy?
Hey, you know, you can't blame him for his battle plan. I mean, Hogan traditionally goes up against big, powerful men. And you got to do something to throw the champ off. And I think the Genius is doing it.
Guard is let down. The Genius smiles at the Hulkster. Oh, my goodness, he just slapped him in the face. The Genius just slapped the fire right out of the Hulkster. Ooh, my, is he hot.
I know the battle plan. Frustration.
Hogan goes like
Okay,
this.
let's have it your way. Hulk Hogan's just going to stand back and watch this performance. And then when the Genius is ready to wrestle,
What?
the Hulkster's going to be
What
ready
the world?
to wrestle him.
Like, what the world?
This, McMahon?
I could do that too, Lanny.
For the price
Wait
of
a
one.
minute. Oh, Hulk Hogan trying to take their head off.
What a cheap shot.
And again, Hulkster really frustrated. That frustration showing now as Hulk Hogan takes the Genius from pillar to post. Hulk is just all over the Genius for the ride. Oh my, following in.
Oh, he caught him with that big elbow. Oh, come on.
Look at this.
Yeah, he was meant to push that button.
You ain't Nuriab, Hogan. Forget it.
Yeah, but he was meant to push that button,
Now with the
Lanny
Genius
was.
up in the air, bams the knee down to the spinal area. Hulk Hogan having some fun in there. At the
Okay.
moment.
And a nicely executed suplex by the World Wrestling Federation.
I guess that was the Lanny's supposed to sing soprano, huh?
Riding down to the sternum area. And another one. Well, the Genius are clearly with the advantage.
Genius is going to have to use. Oh, now what do you call that?
Hi, Curt.
Sure, that's frustration to the max right there.
It's Mr.
No call
Perfect.
for a move like that.
Hello. Hi, Curt.
Hammering away on the Genius. And thus far, where's your brains drawn equation now?
Mr. Perfect's here.
Hi, Mr. Perfect.
Is not a perfect champion. And this is definitely not a perfect belt. And until it's around my waist.
Well, that was gum on it.
From behind, Hogan comes out.
Touch my man and die, Hogan. No, you touch my man, you die.
What is Perfect doing? Wait a minute, Genius coming up from behind. The Genius is chasing them. Perfect setting up the Hogan.
Get out of the way, Curt.
Full grab right into the ring post.
And now the tide has turned, McMahon. Now left. Now left
Oh.
at the Genius. Now make fun of him, McMahon.
No, I'm not
He's
going to
in
make
the
fun of
ring
him.
now. It's Hogan out on the floor. It's Hogan hurting on the floor. Yeah, make light of the Genius. Don't respect his brain power. Look what's happening, McMahon.
The Genius. Trying to kick the
With
Hulkster
Curt
again,
at
but he was
ringside.
thrown there by the Hulkster's defensive maneuver. Both men back into the ring. Series of right hands by the Genius. Taking its toll on the 300-pound champion. What's this? What a maneuver by the 2-1, 2, and oh no. A kick out of 2.
Total
and the
no
Hulk
sale.
really kicked out with authority.
Genius gotta watch out. Hogan's got
I'm
that
too
look
busy
in
looking
his
at Curt.
eye.
Sorry. Sorry, not
Look
sorry.
in the eye of the Genius.
He was supposed to be extravagant.
Genius moving back into the Hulkster out of straight. What's the Genius going to do now? What sort of
I just like it goes
is he going to
like a
use
girl
now?
would do.
A block and Hulkster ramming a fist into the head of the Genius.
You said it right, a fist.
Oh,
And the foot. And drop the leg. It'll be over.
get him, Curt.
Mr. Perfect, a bit frustrated on the outside.
Oh.
Rake of the face. A rake down the back.
Now
And another one.
the Genius is stooping to Hogan level.
What?
Exactly, he's going to Hogan's level of wrestling.
The Hulkster turning things back out. Look at this. Hulk
He said
Hogan.
extravagant.
It's just all over the Genius. The Hulkster again, as you said earlier, is frustrated to the max. Hogan, the Genius, in the middle of the ring. And
Whoa.
right to the outside.
Technically, that's a disqualification.
What was the purpose
Technically.
of that? You're supposed to wrestle a man, you're supposed to try to pin a man, not permanently injure him by throwing him out of the ring.
Well, thanks,
The
Curt.
Hulkster obviously frustrated. Mr. Perfect now out there by the Genius.
Kurt's like, hey, you okay?
Hogan's
You're doing
kicking it
great.
to the floor.
Hey, don't touch my man, Hogan.
You better watch out. You better worry about the Genius and not bother with Mr.
That's right. Don't you dare
Back
touch
in, the
Curt.
Hulkster now coming back in. Wait a minute. Oh my!
Ah,
right
serves
into
you
the
right.
net. The championship belt.
And the referee didn't see anything in the ring, McMahon. He didn't see it.
The referee has been counting the Hulkster out. Indeed, he did not see that, and I can't believe it.
Major upset. Reigns wins over Braun.
The Genius.
There you go.
Upset, McMahon. Eat your words. Eat your words. The Genius took him. He beat Hogan.
Hulkster back
Oh,
in the ring.
guys, get out of the
Genius
ring.
and Mr. Perfect running, and they have the
Whoa.
championship belt with them. Hulkster's going to go after him, and we're
All
going
right.
to go after our next matchup.
And we are going to, I'm going to take a 5-minute break and get when Curt, destroys the belts. I know we've already seen this, but we didn't really get to see the match that went along with it. So I'll see you back in 5. Hey, Curt Hennig fans, and we're back. All right, so for those who are listening, if you want to go to, this will be the same episode that I said before, but now we're at 1 hour, 2 minutes, and 34 seconds, and we're going to watch the rest of this. So you should see Curt actually hammering the belt. Hopefully he's like shielding his eyes that he doesn't get, part of those shards in his eye. That would kind of hurt. All right, here we go.
I can't believe, ladies and gentlemen, what I am eyewitnessing in all my years of covering the World Wrestling Federation. Curt Hennig.
Hey,
it is
it's
one thing
Mr.
for
Perfect
Hulk
to
Hogan
you.
to lose by virtue of a countout to the Genius.
Stop it,
It's
Genius.
another thing for you to
Stop it,
desecrate
Lanny.
the very meaning of Hulkamania.
This has never been a perfect belt. And Hulk Hogan, you're not a perfect champion. And I'll follow you around to every arena if I have to. And I'll destroy every belt until you give me a title shot the perfect way.
Genius. Genius, you seem to be in a very good mood. I can't believe it.
I have suddenly developed the most inexplicable feeling of happiness. Not only have I desecrated Hulkamania in the ring, we return to the locker room. And you know what we're doing? We're desecrating Hulkamania right here on the dressing room
Like a
floor.
grave?
And you know what? We are simply exercising our right to a First Amendment. Thomas Jefferson, I hope you're rolling over in your grave.
Oh, that's hogwash. I don't believe that for a minute.
These are the pieces.
I have
that are
something to
left
say
of
about that
Hulkamania.
afterwards.
And you remember this, Hulk Hogan. I am Mr. Perfect, and I'm the man who deserves a title shot. And until you give me that title shot, Hulk Hogan, I will destroy every belt. I don't care if you have 100 made. I am Mr. Perfect, and this belt will only be perfect when it's around my way.
I can't believe it. Vince, back to you. Please.
All right, when we return, we will hear from World Wrestling Federation champion Hulk Hogan.
But we're going to watch it.
I'm holding here what remains of the World Wrestling Federation Heavyweight Championship belt, desecrated earlier by Mr. Perfect and condoned by
Not
his
a grave.
advisor, the Genius. I've never eyewitnessed anything quite like this. I don't know what I...
I've already heard.
Good.
The thing that's eating me alive, Mean Gene,
is that you stink?
the fact that the Genius
And that you
got
axed
his
Kurt's
hand
push?
raised in victory over me and all my Hulkamaniacs. But you, Mr. Perfect, you cut me to the bone, man.
He's done his
You're
job.
burning my soul alive. You spit in Hulkamania's face and tried to desecrate everything we stand for. You can't ruin Hulkamania by symbolically destroying a materialistic belt
Actually, you
that stands
can.
for everything we believe in.
Actually, you can.
We turn negatives into positives, Mr. Perfect.
Okay.
Millions of Hulkamaniacs will unite. The 3 commandments are still intact. And with a Hulkster leading the brigade, the only thing left for you, Mr. Perfect, is not perfection, but the ultimate encounter with Hulk Hogan equals the perfect defeat for you.
Whoopee. Okay. We're definitely gonna stop sharing there, guys. Because I would like to show the tag team that Lanny has with Curt. And of course, everyone knows that, you know, Hogan axed Kurt's push anyway. So yeah, that really stunk. So let me take a 5-minute break and then we'll wrap this all up. All right, I'll catch you on the flip side. All right, we're back. So I wanted to say a few words. Lanny there saying we are exercising our right to the First Amendment. Yes. Except for when you destroy public property or private property. When you destroy something, basically that's not a right, that's a felony. Of course this was all I like how the Genius or Lanny said that. It was kind of like, you know, we're just exercising our free right to free speech. Not when Kurt's destroying a belt. No. It's one thing if Curt is literally saying, Hogan, I have a right to say this, and yada, 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 yada. Okay. But it's another thing if you're destroying a belt. You can't destroy property. You know, that's you have what I think he meant to say is we have a right to an assembly, a right to protest. Okay. Again, Kurt's destroying a belt. So So even with that would be considered a riot. And I love how he's like, we're just practicing our right to free speech. I was like, okay. Destroying a belt is not free speech. That's an action. And yeah, wow. I was really that made me laugh, okay? Because everyone knows free speech is speech, not destroying a belt. But give Lanny props. He sort of knew half of it. I have seen interviews with him with Lanny, and he definitely about that time he was asked all over the place, if he was heterosexual, and he's like, of course I am, that kind of thing. But he didn't act like it. But again, he was meant to push that button. But I just thought it was so funny. I'm like, that's why I said I'll explain later what I was gonna say, which was literally that's not free speech when you were literally taking a belt and destroying it. That's an action, not speech. It's not like burning an American flag, which is technically free speech, but you can still there's a loophole always. There's always loopholes. And I think that people exploit that the right to free speech and burning something. So um you know it just I couldn't help but laugh when Lanny said we're just exercising our right to free speech. Yeah, you're talking to a microphone. Yeah, you can say certain words into a microphone. You can't say um several cuss words into a microphone. So that's not free speech, is it? You can't say, the F bomb, or you can't say, Hogan's a P word or whatever. And I won't say it because again, I'm gonna try to get some of these newer episodes promoted, but I don't know if I can do that or not. So we're gonna see. So even I have to watch what I say on like YouTube. Not on Rumble as much, but then on Rumble you can't really promote as much as you can on YouTube. And it would be cool if you could, but unfortunately, you have to watch what you say when you're on YouTube. So sometimes I feel like we should just do 2 episodes, one for Rumble and one for YouTube. But unfortunately, I don't have the time nor the space to do that. Um, but I love that whole Curt breaking the belt at the end. I was just like, don't get shards in your eyes. That would hurt. That would be me. I'd be like, be careful down there. You don't want to get that in your eyes. Yeah, that would hurt. I actually saw on YouTube there was a guy that bought that belt that Curt destroyed, and I don't know how much he got for it, but a lot of people thought that the hardcore belt was the belt that Curt destroyed, and that's not true. That was a different belt altogether because the guy said, "Yeah, I have the belt right here," and he showed it on YouTube. You can look that up. It's probably Mr. Perfect. What happened to Mr. Perfect's belt? The belt that Mr. Perfect destroyed. You can probably find that on YouTube. I bet that guy still has that video up. But I had to start laughing. I'm like, when did this become political? Lanny brought up the fact that it was free speech. I'm like, yeah, you can say stuff into a microphone. That's free speech, but destroying a belt, not so much. Especially because what I think is funny is that it was Vince's belt. It was Vince's belt, and he was obviously going to give Hogan another belt anyway. So, what the funniest part I thought there was literally when he's like, "Oh, it's free speech." If Vince thought if this wasn't all planned out, because that I'm like, why would he say that? He say that because he knows that Vince doesn't care if the belt gets screwed up. Obviously, he was going to give Hogan another belt anyway, but just the sure, the sure fire way of saying that, oh, it's free speech. Yes and no. There's gray area there. As we all know, because I'm sure all of us know what the First Amendment is. The right to assembly, the right to religion, freedom of religion, freedom of speech, yada, yada, yada. But again, this is all. Vince didn't know that Curt was going to screw up this belt. I'm pretty sure, well, one, Vince would be very upset. Very, very upset. And then two, I think that he would have to get a lawyer involved there because again, it is free speech to say something into a microphone, not so much free speech when you're literally destroying property. You can say it with your words, but not with your actions. Okay. But I love that. I definitely didn't like the fact that Hogan axed his push. That was bogus in my eyes. I don't understand like what Hogan was thinking. Of course, I think Curt said something about Hogan once, that Hogan had said he wasn't in his league. No, he was beyond your league, Hogan. He was second generation. He knew the business. Hogan is lucky that Vern Gagne even got to him when he got to him. Because Hogan wasn't going anywhere. He wasn't doing much. He wasn't, he was I don't know, I think he was a heel until they brought him into AWA, and then literally they switched him babyface because people refused to boo him. Like when he first came into AWA, people didn't want to boo him. So they changed him to Hulk Hogan, and that's where the Hulk Hogan gimmick came in. Of course, and then Vince would take advantage of that and take Hogan from Vern, and then the rest is history. I do like that Rick Rude stuff though. I was just like, ugh. Hey, what you and Michelle do in your own time, Rick, is your business. I don't need to know. That's a little much of a TMI right there. Too much information, Rick. Too much information. But I really enjoyed this episode. Again, we didn't get to see Curt wrestle much, but at least we got to see the match where he destroys the belt. And I would like to do their tag team. They did do I think that's in 1990 though. But there was also one match between Hogan and Curt in 1990, and it was after WrestleMania 6, so Hogan already didn't have the belt, and of course they weren't going to do Curt and the Ultimate Warrior. God forbid that would happen. I just think that, and it's no better than Hogan. Warrior was no better than Hogan. Warrior believed his own hype, and that dude couldn't wrestle. He was hurting guys every which way this Sunday. So I think when it really comes down to certain things like that, I didn't care much for Hogan, and I didn't care much for Warrior. I wasn't a big Warrior fan. Remember, guys, I was 4 years old when I saw Curt and Kerry. So it was Kerry Von Erich, the Texas Tornado, versus Mr. Perfect, and I fell in love with Mr. Perfect. I fell in love with his wrestling, and I thought he was a great wrestler. And I kind of like the bad guys, the bad boys, right? So I liked a lot of the heels. So I liked. I didn't understand Rick at the time. He was kind of like, but later on when I got older, because of course I did see Rick versus the Ultimate Warrior in 1990. And then, of course, he disappeared. But when I actually went back and watched, when I was older, when I actually went back and watched a lot of Rick Rude matches, I was like, holy shit, this dude really is good. He makes you want to hate you, or hate him. He makes you want to hate him. And of course, everyone knows that's getting heat, right? We all know that means you're getting heat. So it took me a little while to appreciate Rick Rude. But now I do, and now I see why he gets the hype he got. Not only was he a badass, but oh my God, excuse me, totally blown away by the character that was Ravishing Rick Rude. Everybody knows how I feel about Curt and Mr. Perfect. So I don't have to explain that because Curt is a phenomenon all unto himself. he literally showed me that wrestling can be fun and you can take it that way. And the storylines were making sense, just not with Mr. Perfect, you know. I felt like he should have had that belt. And I can't tell you how many times on X, literally someone will say, you know, they'll pull pictures of like Ravishing Rick Rude, Jake the Snake, Curt, and then several others and say, who do you think should have gotten the belt or had a run with a WWE belt, WWF at the time? And I said, Curt, hands down. Curt should have been WWF champion several times. It's just a shame that Hogan had to be such a dickhead and not give him a title shot. So, and then of course it was Warrior. Warrior wouldn't give him a title shot either. You know, Warrior believed his own hype and he couldn't wrestle. You could not compare Curt to the Ultimate Warrior or Jim Hellwig, because Curt was so much better. Curt knew how to wrestle. Jim Hellwig didn't. You know, I would even dare say that for Hogan because Hogan couldn't. The only thing is that Hogan became a big star because of, well, first because of Byrne and then because of Vince. But the Ultimate Warrior, he was nobody until Vince McMahon made him somebody. You know, as they say, this industry can make or break you. Now, Curt was somebody and he should have been main eventing, but I don't understand the breakdown there. I guess I never will. So, anyway, I hope you enjoyed this latest episode. Next week we we will watch it is a tag team match. So it was Hogan and Warrior versus Mr. Perfect and the Genius. We will watch that. That was on Saturday night's main event, and I think we have another Saturday night's main event coming up here soon because I know they brought it back. So I'll probably say a few words about that too. It's just not the same. I mean, it seemed like Curt was always doing the Saturday night main events, and I love seeing him. I thought his promos were just extravagant, you know. And I think there is a promo coming up of Curt, and I think the Genius is with him, but I definitely think it's Curt and the Genius. But also, we will watch some more primetime wrestling. There's a match between him and Jimmy Snuka. I'm sorry, Curt versus Jimmy Snuka. Because that was kind of like the Survivor Series wrap up. You know, it's more in December, I think, when that happens. And then, you know, we'll eventually get into like 1990 and try to show as much as 1990 as we can. There's not a lot of episodes in 1990, but hopefully we can find some. All right. So now everyone will hear shameless plugs. And of course, for you YouTube guys, just want to let you guys know that the outro song is AI generated. I wanted to make an announcement now. This you will not hear this till probably my birthday, April 20th. So you won't really well, actually, I think I'm going to skip that because I have something in the works. So this is being recorded as of April 4th. And April 20th is my birthday. And I have a recording coming up of my five guys. I'm gonna have a lot of people on. And then I also have something in the works for getting Sony Smith back on to Black Magic Talk. This will have already happened. So for you guys, you have already seen this. There's a birthday bash for me because it will be coming out on my birthday, which is Easter Sunday. So this probably will be after that. So this will be late April when you guys see this. And hopefully, I hope you enjoyed that birthday bash. I tried to get Kit back on. As of right now, because this is in the future, I have no idea if he's going to be on or not. He did cancel on me last time, but that's okay. It's water under the bridge. We'll get him back on. I promised you I would get him back on so we could talk about stuff. And of course, we're going to do clips of Curt, you know, hopefully not too many commercials in there, so I don't have to do a lot of editing. So anyway, I just want to let everyone know that we have some really awesome stuff coming up as we go into May, because this is the end of April when this will be shown. And you guys will have already seen my birthday bash. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you haven't seen it yet, the link will be in the description field for you to see it on Rumble and YouTube. Now, remember, for YouTube, I will have to cut a lot of it out. I had to do that for the last time that we did Curt's birthday because, again, there is a lot of music in there that I had to take out because so a lot of you didn't get to see that. If you would like to jump over to Rumble and see it in its entirety, the only thing I did, I'm actually uploading that. So let me say that I had to re-upload the birthday bash for Curt, and that's because something happened that for some reason it stopped working. So I had to re-upload it. And it should work after an hour and 4 minutes. I don't know what happened. It just kind of messed up there. I actually had to go back and make a new one, but it is being re-uploaded. It is uploaded and you can watch it. I will have to fix the link because, again, I don't know what happened there. It just stopped working. I don't know how it messed up, but I actually had to make a new episode for that. So there will be certain times where commercials come in because I had taken the commercials out. I don't know if that had any effect on the episode and why it stopped working, but at least we got it back up and rolling for you guys so that you guys can take a look at that. Check out the Rumble version because, again, you will get to see more than anything. And also, I sing happy birthday to Curt on Rumble. So again, that was re-uploaded just so that you guys know that because, again, something happened where it messed up after an hour and 4 minutes. So you will already know that. I will try to put that on my X. So if you see it on X, oh, this has been re-uploaded. Just want to let everyone know it's been re-uploaded so we can get that going for you guys. So so this actually will be shown, this episode will be shown probably the 28th or 27th of April. I'm not sure. 27th. So the 27th, this will be out and you guys can check that out. If you haven't checked out Curt's birthday bash, again, I did have to re-upload, so that should be on there for you. If you have anything that you need to DM me for, check out my X. I showed it earlier. Both X's, you can follow me there. And you can DM me, ask me questions about Curt or about, my other show that I have. And if you would like a reading for Black Magic Talk, a personal one, you can definitely just get a hold of me on X and I can give you my rate and stuff. But other than that, I'm so glad everyone loves to hear me talk about Curt because I can't say enough great things about Curt. And next week, I plan on doing his match with it was him and Lanny and Hogan and Warrior. I believe that was Saturday night's main event, and I think it's 1990. But then we also will watch his singles match with just Hogan. So there was just one in there. I think there's one in WCW, but I'd have to look. I'm pretty sure there's one in WCW. There might be two. I'm not sure. But I know Hogan was in the NWO. And then, of course, when they kicked Curt out of the NWO, they also, there's a match there with Hogan where he's like, I'll get, revenge on Hulk Hogan or something. So we'll check that out next week. And as always, everyone, remember, everyone, nobody beats Mr. Perfect. Nobody. See you guys. Okay, guys, this is where we're going to do some shameless plugs here. So the first shameless plug, if you could please go over to my other show, which is Black Magic Talk. I will put the links in all the description fields. If you could just kind of browse it, if you are not only a wrestling fan, but you like Wicca or paganism, and you'd like to learn more about it. We just did some recent episodes. So if you'd like to hop over there, just click the link in the description field. If you would like to give to the Black Magic Talk Patreon, that link will be in the description field. And again, if you would like to have a tarot reading on the show, you can DM me on X. My link for that X will be in the description field. If you would like to do one off the show, you can also just DM me and I will give you my rate. My co-host is Matt Collins. He can also give you a tarot reading on the show or off the show. If it's on the show, all you would have to do is become a Patreon supporter for $5 a month. You get all kinds of perks. And again, we can let you know when you can come on the show. And if you'd like to do it off the show, Matt can definitely give you his rating for doing tarot. The next shameless plug I would like to do is, of course, Pro Wrestling Talk will always be on Saturday nights, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. It is scheduled to change, but Angel and I will let you know on the Wrestling X. So if you would like to DM us at any time, me and Angel, my link will be in the description field for my Wrestling X, and that is for Pro Wrestling Talk and also for this podcast. Curt Hennig was the best, changed my mind. If you would like to give to the Patreon, I have for Curt Hennig was the best, changed my mind. Again, you can go and look in the description field. It should be there. I have $1, $3, $5, and $10. The other show is just $1, $5, and $10. Or no, I'm sorry, it's $3, $5, and $10. I think. I'm not sure. I'd have to double check. But if you could give, thank you in advance. If you'd like to ask any questions for pro wrestling or Black Magic Talk, you are free to direct message me on X or Angel, my host for Pro Wrestling Talk. Again, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every Saturday, unless it is scheduled to change, but we will definitely let you know beforehand. So, of course, this show, I'm going to do a shameless plug for this show. Again, $1, $3, $5, and $10 you can contribute on Patreon. If you would like to give on Cashapp, I will take donations on Cashapp, but direct message me on X if you would like to do that, and I will give you my handle. So if you have any questions like about the show or any technical questions, you can always direct message me on my X, and I will try to get back to you as soon as possible. The next shameless plug I would like to do is for Hardlands Media, Kit Cabello, someone I call a good friend of mine. Please check him out. He is Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Central, and that would be 10 p.m. Eastern. So 9 a.m. Central, he is Monday through Friday, sometimes Saturday, depending on when you can catch him in a good mood for a Saturday brunch. If he does do Saturday brunch, I usually am sleeping or at work, so but check him out. He's really good on politics, and I have the pleasure of calling him friend. Some more shameless plugs. If you could also subscribe to Angel in the Afternoon. He does a great job on politics as well. And that's Angel in the Afternoon, and he's usually on 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every Friday. That is also scheduled to change. If you have any questions about it, he'll usually let you know. And he will definitely, you can direct message him if you need to get a hold of him. The last one is Deconstructing. His name is Dave. I really recommend him too. He has a little podcast on YouTube. All you'd have to look up is Deconstructing Topics, and he does some really good stuff. I really recommend you guys check him out. Subscribe to everybody I just said here, and check them out. And remember, everyone, nobody beats Mr. Perfect. Nobody. Hey, Curt Hennig fans, just want to let you know that the ending outro song is AI generated. Again, it is AI generated. Thank you all for listening. And remember, everyone, no one beats Mr. Perfect. Nobody.
In a small town gym with wooden floors, he'd lace up his boots, he'd settle the scores. With a suplex or a lariat, he'd stand tall. Curt Hennig, the hero we all recall. Oh, Mr. Perfect, the man we admire. He wrestled his dreams on countless nights with a fisherman's carry and a confident grin. Curt showed the world the warrior within, oh Mr. Perfect, the man we admire in the wrestling ring. He set hearts on fire. From the farm to the glory, he took his stand. A true country legend, the perfect man. Humming the ballads of a heart so strong, where the echoes of victory always belong. He taught us that life is a fighter's game. Curt Hennig, forever framed in fame. In the hours of wrestling, his name remains. Curt Hennig, who broke through the chains.